Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. We're off here to a 1 versus 1 on a crossing in the woods. In the north, it is Barton. Fighting for the German, I was about to say Red Army, the German army. Deutschland. Das Vaterland. Taking on the role here of the Sperrverbande von Sauken. Here with defensive doctrine featuring Osttruppen, defensive fortifications, the Stu 3E, Pack 43s, and Sector 2 with double infantry Panthers. In the south, it is Rotmistrz Pilecki. I'll just call him Pilecki because that's a lot easier to pronounce repeatedly. Double conflict here for him as he fights for the Red Army, the Soviet Union, and the 25th Mechanized Corps with Soviet Industry, Guard Motor, and airborne troops featuring double infantry and mine bulletins. And as always, it would make me very happy were to either like, subscribe, or, just comment on the video. Share it as well. That would make me very happy to do any of those things. Of course, do subscribe. Remember to press the bell button so you're more likely to get notifications about it. Also, big thanks to my patrons and supporters who make me very happy on a monthly basis by pledging and Patreon supporting me. Big thanks to all of you wonderful people. You too can join their wonderful ranks by pledging and Patreon yourself and making me also very happy. Links in the video description. We can also just donate if you want to. We got Pioneers here with some sandbags in the west, but heavy fighting in the west. Conscript Engineers, awesome finding out here. Pilecki has all got troops in the heavy covers. The Ottoman light cover machines slowing up here, pushing eastwards there with the other Ottoman squad. Looks like here Barton might be going for the triple Ottoman actually. I was about to say double Ottoman for 2T2 rush, which is a strategy pioneered by Jabba. But triple Ottoman and MG42 can also work quite well if you can use the Ottoman efficiently and aggressively enough. Then they can put a lot of pressure on your opponent using such tactics. Ottoman trying to get to the fuel point instead of finding another Ottoman squad, of course, out in the open. The Ottoman can't really hit much. They all suffer from spontaneous, cross-eyedness out of cover. Machine gun moving up there, not supporting issues to get into the building, heavy cover. Contributing for the building there. On the west side, we get Ostrom as the contra there. Bit awkward fighting here for Barton. Ostrom grabbing the centre victory point here. They're going to cover their contra now. Going to get shot to pieces. MG42 they're supporting in the west. Contra force back to the try to rush here. West side, there's a bit of skirmishing from Pioneers and another contra squad. And then going east, contra found right here by the Ostrom. Fourth contra squad there for Pilecki. MG42 up there. Petrov drops dead as his back is riddled with MG42 rounds. MG42 moving up here. Ostrom squad's going to possibly flank in again with the contra squad there, or go for the carve point. Moving up, you with the Ostrom. Other squad forming out, and there you go. Frontovix caught by the MG42. Barton tagging up there, very good. Could go for some fast punting on the of course, go for light vehicles. Right here by the carve point, we have a heavy fighting between Barton and Pilecki. Contra, I think, should have a decent chance to win this one. There could still be won by the Ostrom, a bit closer there, but with the arrival of another infantry squad here, the Ostrom are definitely losing that one. Pioneers falling back in the west here. Probably going to be a bit like I would like to make a nice company here. Ostrom reinforcing. They should reinforcing. Of course, quite cheap and fast reinforce. Some of their advantages here with the Ostrom. They're not just cheap and fast to get out, which is one primary reason a lot of ML players like to go for them. Meaning you can sort of, get around the weakness, which is you usually have to build a building and then begin training your enemies to get them out, which is usually puts you behind your opponent in terms of field presence. With Ostrom, you don't need that. Plus, you save the resources on the infantry company. But again, they're also just fast and cheap to reinforce, so you just have less downtime, which is also a significant advantage. And that is really just one of the major reasons why a lot of people like Ostrom, you just save so much time. And in a game like Companies 2, time is actually quite a significant resource as well, and it's usually one of the things that sort of the Wehrmacht really gets tacked on a lot, is actually time. Wehrmacht probably has one of the highest time, shall we say, costs out of any of the factions and a lot of things compared to the Allies, which tend to mean the Wehrmacht can feel a bit awkward, and it's also one reason why the Grenadiers are perceived as weaker, because time-wise, again, they're also just a bit more expensive. We got Ostrom as the Engineers, Flamethrowers opening up there though, already down to 4 men, need to get out of there. 250 half on the way there, Barton's going to go for a Flamethrower half to burn out here Pilecki's men. A common feature of some Ostrom strategy, this is not as common as it used to be, but there definitely was a time when just everyone would go for a lot of Ostrom, go for Flamethrower attack, and then roll the opponent. Constant caught on the right flank here by the MG42, routed there. Barton saw through Pilecki with ease. And go 251 half check out there. Again, I'm expecting a Flamethrower upgrade here, and there we go. As for Pilecki, it is worth noting he has yet to take up here versus Barton. His base not showing much. There might be some medics, and that's about it. No anti-tank grenades, no Molotovs. And nothing further. There we go, 250 half check rushing ahead to the Mittelschützen Panzerwagen. Based off a 3-ton armoured, well not armoured, but sort of regular transport half-track, or tractor. Which is in fact a lot of German chose the initial armoured vehicles. And when tanks were just based off different utility designs, you know, like cars and tractors and the likes, and sort of formed into like more armoured combat vehicles. Little fun fact there. Flamethrower up on the counter, there you go, burning through them with these, and there you go, not moving. That's a big mistake. Pilecki is trying to, of course, get the anti-tank grenade off, but he took a ton of damage. That's also one of the risks you have to keep in mind when you're chucking anti-tank grenades to find Panzerfaust. There is time involved, and you can actually take a lot of damage in the process. Did get an Ostrom squad here wipe, which is great, but that could have been a lot more costly there for Pilecki. And of course, Barton just quickly replaces them. 200 manpower, less of an issue. Now, obviously, it's not something you can like keep affording, but it's also much more easy to replace them. And again, in terms of timing, again, you just get them immediately. So again, it's swift and it's efficient in a sense. Though obviously, as always, the issue with Ostrom is the longer the match goes on, of course, they do suffer a bit in utility. So you kind of want to, like, you know, close the match out fast, which is also why the Flamethrower tech works well with this. It's a nice, fast, aggressive vehicle. As for Pilecki, we got this pump company out there who could try and take up, but it's not going to be seeing a field gun here to deal with it. You could also go for a motor calling guards rifleman here versus Barton. Though that being said, the Flamethrower tech is actually a pretty good counter of guards rifleman as well, since it can't damage it fast enough, whereas it can actually damage them really fast. Ostrom never the counter on the west side here. Ostrom never the conscript, shot the machine for bits. And we do get airborne troops. Heavy machine guns can also work with the armor piercing. I think they do a lot of damage to the half-tech. Set through it quickly. Not a bad pick there by Pilecki versus Barton. Flying around the car on the Ostrom as the conscripts. Ostrom quickly routed. In the west, we go moving up here. Engineers routed. Flampan Barton moving up. Disco quick recruit there by Pilecki's forces. MD42 they're following up for Barton to further provide assistance to Pilecki's infantry. Thumbs up. Obviously with the airdrop, he's probably figuring in his opponent's gone for airborne troops. There's not really much else he could have gone for. Well, theoretically I think he had Soda Industries, so there could have been a fuel drop, but not likely. So of course Discos and S5040s, meaning an MD42 more, is going to be quite a good investment here for Barton versus Pilecki's forces. Barton's getting good control of the map. Again, the Ostrom playing a role, but also the Flame for half-tech is easily keeping Pilecki more on the defensive and making it harder for him to react to Barton's maneuvers easily without risking getting his face burned off. MD42 position east. Are the MD42 they're running for Barton and the Sperrverbande von Sauken. The Sperrverbande, for those not aware, is basically a defensive Kampfgruppe that was just designated like that to make, you know, high-ups be aware that, okay, this element is, you know, an improvised unit that's just there to block. That's basically what it meant, blocking detachment or blocking group or band, if you will. There were sort of, you know, features like, you know, when things were going really wrong for the Wehrmacht, they formed these Sperrverband to hold up. And this, for example, doing Operation Bagration, where the Sperrverbande von Sauken was a thing. So, little fun fact there. Back here, troops reinforcing healing. Got the Pack 40 out there for Barton. And they would be sort of composed of whether, like, could put together and, you know, reinforcements as being rushed to the front line. Rushing to deal with the Disco there, but of course taking a lot of damage. As you can see, that just in a few moments of fighting there, it's already down to less than half health. But in this case, the Flamethrower also did a lot of damage to the heavy machine guns. A bit of a closer one there. Pilecki, of course, may want to consider taking up soon. And Barton there is, in fact, already taking ahead here, trying to sort of leap ahead, using his advantage to get further ahead of Pilecki. A thumbs up there to Barton. That is the right way to do it. Pilecki going for this is 3 divisional field gun. Provide another counter to the half-tech, but also prime the artillery support here versus Barton's infantry and machine guns. Also Western using the west. Flamethrower taking westwards. 12 kills. A lot of flamethrower action there. This is 3 divisional field gun almost done there for Pilecki. And there you go, engineers right as the flamethrower take comes for them. You could of course consider laying down mines. It's of course also worth thinking in mind that with most Ostrom strategies you tend to flood a lot of munitions, so a sharp player will typically try and, you know, lay down as many mines as they can while doing so to make it hard for the opponent to, like, get back. Further solidifying your advantage as an Ostrom, you know, player there. And of course with a half-tech you can of course lay down the Schützenmine, which of course is quite efficient as well and quite good for further making it hard for the opponent to get back on the field. But so far there, not a lot of mines here from Barton. We got Pilecki there with the S54s being dropped in. We got Battle coming there. He's finally awakened from his slumber and wants his food. He'll have to wait though. He could have waken up sooner, the lazy bastard. Fear not, he will be fed after this. He will be fed. After another fire. Filgun though not shooting in time. It's pretty lucky there for Barton. Pretty lucky. Troops are setting out, and there goes 54 up there for Pilecki's infantry. Oh, Flame Fire Protect rushing into the machine gun and the field gun. Oh dear. Clearly Barton was not expecting that. Go, Jürgen! We can take out some machine. Oh, Scheiße, have his anti-tank gun. Scheiße! I didn't sign up for this. Troops being pressed by the MB-42. Nice aggressive there. Bad, bit risky, obviously, but at the same time, if it works, then it's definitely really annoying for him. But there you go. Counter bombardment here from Pilecki on the MB-42. First shot goes a bit too far. The Austrian flanking up, though. Second shot misses this well, but you can see the machine is nonetheless being forced to reposition. So obviously, while he could just hope every shot misses, that would be rather arrogant in Barton and a bit silly. So there you go, troops can advance. Of course, there's still the MB-42 positioning here. Bold maneuver again with Barton. And let's see if this coming up. Pack 40 could be cleared out by it if he's not careful there, Mr. Barton. Can't build the support corps. Can also call in Stugis back here. Nothing going on there in Pilecki's base. I wouldn't recommend necessarily calling in Stugis, though right now they might have an impact here on Pilecki and the Red Army. I think just rushing on Austrian is the better choice, personally. In the west here, we got Austrian as the conscripts. Austrian looks like losing out that one. Heavy fighting around the centre as well. There's just so much fighting going on at the moment. Barton continuing to retain good map control here versus Pilecki. No sign of armor. And he's actually going for tier 4. Yeah, okay. I feel like that might be a bit of an overreach. And then again, he's got a good map control. He's got control of the fuel points. He's got a really big lead. So I can understand why Barton might go for it. But honestly, I think just rushing on Austrian better. And there you go. Pilecki goes for the Rarer Guards Airborne. We'll have to see what it goes for. Will it be submachine guns or will it be the DP light machine guns? The triple ones, in fact, the only unit that sort of has a triple light machine gun upgrade, actually. Most is either just one or double light machine guns. And that's really only at this point. I think the Paratrooper has like a double upgrade that way. We got the more S-54s in there for Pilecki's troops. Constantly charging head to the Ostrom. Light machine guns up, of course. Signaling here to Pilecki that's gone for the... Oh, he's actually not using the tier 4 there for the heavy panzer, just for the light machine guns. That makes more sense. He's actually going to go for medium armor. That's more acceptable. That's more acceptable. Although he still should eventually go for panzer on these. Of course, even the light machine guns, the Ostrom, they don't scale amazingly well. But again, Barton so far is doing quite well with them. So who knows, he could make it work. Constantly being hot with 42. Other squad here under fire. Looks like he's planning the triple D piece there on the Guards Airborne, since obviously I think he'd have upgraded with the submachine guns by now. He's machine holding the MB-42. Again, it's a pretty aggressive setup here by Barton. Like, there's no cover. He's right next to his opponent's space, but at the same time, if he doesn't expect, it's going to be great. Of course, flank is exposed here. Panther halfway down there for Barton, and the Sperrverbande von Sauken, which were composed of all sorts of things. As just troops and reinforcements, so, you know, reorganize and rush to the Eastern Front, including releasing the what was known as the Valkyrie Bataljonen, or Valkyrie Battalion, sort of, shall we say, home defense units that are meant, like, you know, for, you know, things within the German borders, but were basically just picked up and sent to the Eastern Front to sort of help deal with the massive loss that they're suffering in there. M4 need to fall back. Schnell. Austrian as it comes from there. In the west here, we got Austrian as the Guards Airborne. Should probably close in fast with those F-40s. But again, if he had submachine guns, he probably could close in and host them out. But again, he seems to be aiming for the DPs, and that's also fair enough. They can do a lot of damage. Oh, this is bad there for Barton. MD-42 under control of Pilecki and the Red Army. Field Barton in the center. No kills yet. And there you go. Panther 4 that disrupts here. Pilecki's MD-42 theft. Wait, is he trying to grab it again? That feels like a bit of an audacious attempt there by Pilecki. Don't worry, comrades. Just grab the machine gun. We will somehow prevent it through the power of socialism, you know, from killing you again. Are you sure? Yes. Just do it. Oh, okay. And then, you know, rest is history. In a secret archive somewhere under, you know, Vladivostok. Field gun on the way there for Pilecki. Obviously need to deal with the Barton's Panzerwaffe. He is probably yet to take up. He's yet to further bring up armor, probably feeling the pressure there from Barton. The bleeding of infantry, which has made it hard for him to access some of the manpower needed, without also just sacrificing frontline, strength, I guess. We got Barton there with more pioneers. Machine gun fire recruit there by the Ostroben. Ground needs some fuel. Very good there. Panther 4 half health here for Barton and the German army. Fun fact about this, 54 was actually intended to be the Soviet standard, battle rifle before the war began, but the war began faster than they expected, so they wasn't actually ready in large enough quantities, and so they had to rely on the most in their gun. Little fun fact there. Also, there's the DP light machine gun. Oh, not the counter there. Half flame fighting up there. Not sure how the DP. Also, he finally decided to go for an upgrade. I guess he just felt like he couldn't set up the munitions anyway, so he just went for the submachine guns. Not that's a bad pick. I mean, the submachine guns are really powerful, plus you get tactical assault, which is really good. And it's an incredibly strong ability, and one that gets overlooked a lot by, I think, a lot of players. And particularly, he didn't use, but again, the Osman just dropped dead, practically, from the submachine guns there. Got the flamethrower attack. He may want to merge some countries here with the guards airborne to get them back to full strength. And of course, getting all submachine guns moving. Planful sitting out for Barton. He could follow up with an Osman here to support weapons and support weapons. Would be a, I think, choice now. Pilecki, meanwhile, I think should strongly consider taking out there. Also, Barton would benefit from some panzer grenadiers by now. Onto there being hosed up close. There you go. Down to just 2 man. 1 man. Anti-tank grenade off. Damage in the Panther 4. Front of X unit annihilated. West Point, we've got guards airborne in there. Need to fix up the Panther 4. And there you go. Barton going for Panzer Grenadier. Panzer's around it. Opening up the field gun there. Slowly clearing out the crew. And there we go. Panzer Grenadier out there for Barton. Deutschland. And there going on the Omega Guard, being slowly slaughtered down to just 2 men. Casualties piling up at a rapid pace. And there you go, Pilecki finally finding the manpower reserve. Take to take up. Begin pushing for armor. Looks like Barton just setting up for another Panther 4. Not bad, not bad. Pilecki's holding control on the west side here. Getting rid of the flamethrower attack really hurt up Pilecki a lot here versus Barton, since again it was really one just the main source of just manpower bleed and pressure, which made it harder for Barton or Pilecki to get around the battlefield. Obviously the Panther 4 is an issue, but it's not quite as strikingly fast. Barton making for an attempt to push through the center where both field guns are. I feel like that's a bit risky. There you go. Looks like he realizes that would be a bad move, moving eastwards and westwards. Splitting up his forces there. And there you go. Pilecki's got the mechanized armor company up. Guards airborne back. You try and merge the countries here with them to get them back to full strength fast. Or you could just reinforce them regularly. But obviously that is a bit expensive. And he will soon be able to save a bunch of manpower on it, but that is that. Pioneers under fire here in the east. Better maneuvering in the west. Panther 4 moving back towards the centre. Panzer in the far east, grabbing the field point there back from the Soviets. The Marxists now go move straight up to the centre into the field guns. Directed here from the 6th Division field guns. Second shot also goes through these. Need to pull back that Panther 4 now. Barton here could consider taking back for the infantry company now and actually getting some mortars out. That could probably be the way to sort of deal with this, because if they just smoke the area around here, at which point Pilecki would have much harder time covering the area with field guns, for example. Back here, nothing further going there for Pilecki. But again, he's got the mechanized armor covered. He's got plenty of fuel, so he can soon begin churning out tanks here versus Barton if he wants to. And you really should want to do that. Just go on the western point. Panther 4 patrolling a bit aggressively. Guards airborne that takes an immediate hit here with Sergei having his face blown off. Which some say might have actually been an improvement to Sergei's face, even his mother. Got the eastern fuel point there. Field gun on the Ostrom and the center. Need to retreat those soon. Almost got engineers here. Down to just 2 men. Panther for the 13 kills. Veterans 1 back here reinforcing healing. Pilecki still a bit off in terms of manpower. Barton rolling and lining up here. Need to be mindful of field guns again. Might want to support those Panther pushes. 453 versus 212, and Barton has a significant lead over Pilecki, and there you go. Panther catching the conscript here. 14 kills, 1 Mr. Frontovix. Cash is rapidly piling up this machine. The main gun is doing heavy damage. In fact, I'm pretty sure the machine gun got most of the kills there around the main gun. There you go, another kill there to the machine gun. And again, tank machine guns in the game are actually quite good. That's also why I want to add the pin machine, because it adds more damage there. So, little fun side note there. There you go. Main guns, of course, still do quite a bit of heavy lifting as well. Almost got the entire unit wiped. Down to just 1 man. Southeast, we've got the Ostrom securing the point there for Das Vaterland. Need to fix up the Panther force just a bit, whatever little damage they suffered. On the west side, we've got Pilecki moving up the old guard here. Sector artillery ready for Barton. Noting he's not actually been laying down mines. Ooh, and there you go. He actually has tech for the mortars. Nice. Thumbs up there to Barton. Calling in the sector artillery here. Will Pilecki realise it in time? Panther moving in, and there you go. Grenade the machine gun. Machine gun falling out in time. Panther falls down to less than half health from the field guns. Artillery firing down here. Guards airborne somehow. Oh, there we go. They actually suffer several casualties now. Conflict news being about as the entire world around explodes. German artillery lets loose. Reserves are being emptied. Squirrels are being decimated. Entire colonies gone in the blink of an eye. The surviving squirrels would later see it as the wrath of the squirrel god for their sins against squirrel kind. Second mortar raid for Barton. That's going to be a lot of artillery here versus Pilecki. That's going to be a bit tough for him to deal with, depending, of course, how Barton makes use of the mortar. There goes some flanking. Throwing down the smoke screen right now in the midst, I think could be quite disruptive for Pilecki. Could allow him to just rush in and deal with the different elements. Pilecki, though, has got 1 T-3476 out. He probably ought to try and push up the right flank and the left flank. He should be a bit careful, I think, firing around the centre too much at the moment here versus Barton. But there you go. Awesome routed machine, those alls being pushed back. Pack 4 landing here on the T-3476 with ease. Pilecki very wisely begins pulling back his T-3476 already, rather than, risk losing that already in the fight. They got consequence. The Panther going to do with some support from the Guards Airborne, but they're back at base enjoying themselves a nice glass of vodka. Panther full taking it from the 63 Division field gun, gaining the ace loop. Great there for Pilecki. Taking heavy damage. Mortars beginning to fire away, home to snuff out some sewed anti-tank weapons or infantrymen. East here, engineers routed by the Panther 4. 18 kills, top 852. Mortar slowly advancing here for Barton. Pilecki's going to have to do something a bit drastic to turn this around here versus Barton. Barton is so far just slowly throttling Pilecki. Good here by the T-34 on the MD-42 crew. 177 versus 445. Machine gun 2 men. Could take it out here, possibly, if Barton is too slow and sluggish. Panther moving up the flank, backed up with the Pack 40 field gun under fire, but the Panther 4 misses and the field gun delivers a resounding backhand slap there. Panther 4 down to half health, in fact, in a matter of moments. He's coming towards the centre. Machine's about to get hosed there by the third machine gun. Unless, of course, doesn't get set up in time. In fact, misclick there, possibly. Panther opening up the short field and turning around here. Heavy fighting around the centre still. Pilecki not trying to outmaneuver Barton here, trying to catch him off guard here. The East Ostrom not trying to move up. Getting a bit suppressed, but getting ultimately past it. No, he's got it. No, Pilecki's keeping the machine about there. In the end, actually, Barton ends up retreating. West side, we've got a consequence for the victory point and the fuel point there. Ammunition point. And we got a Panzerwerfer here for Barton. Interesting choice rather than going for more medium armor, or say an Ostwind or Sturmpanzer goes for the Panzerwerfer. And we got sector artillery here versus Pilecki again. This time we're calling the center line of tactic cover, as you might notice, a significant chunk of the map. Conscript almost taken out by it. So much artillery. Guards Airborne 6 kills, half HQ2 machine gun almost wiped out by the additional field gun. T-34 sending out. Well, will Pilecki go for next? Will it be an H-35? Will it be more T-34s? What will Barton follow up with here? Oh, his Panthers ready there. Guards Airborne moving ahead here. Quick grenade on the mortar crew trying to silence the fascist artillery. And for that, I mean, Barton right now actually has a lot of artillery. He's got 2 mortars plus the Panzerwerfer. And if you also count in the sector artillery as artillery, you can see, reasonably used. I mean, that's a lot of artillery then technically accessible here by Barton versus Pilecki, which only really adds to the challenge here for Pilecki to get back in this. It's not impossible, but it's going to be tough to acquire either Barton doing something a bit dumb or Pilecki doing something a bit brilliant, or a bit of a mix between the two. Ostrom on the east side here. People going forward there, goes straight to the Panther Force in the Pack 40. This is definitely not a game-winning move, I think, from Pilecki. He doesn't lose the T-34 though, but I'd say that was damn close. So he's got the manpower now and the fuel to go for another tank, or a tank destroyer more or less. Bit short there. There we go, he can also go for a tank destroyer here versus Barton and the spare for Barton von Sauken, which is so far holding out. In fact, even making small gains here against the 23rd Mechanized Corps, or 25th actually. Panther Force from eastwards, including now one with virtually 2 and Schützen added for additional armor. Ostrom on fire here. Ostrom routed. In the center here, we got the countering force of the Pioneers. Mortar fire range down here from the mortar battery that is established here by Barton's front line. Pilecki still not going for more armor here, or tank destroyers. Bit awkward. There we go. He's going for Katyusha though. Interesting pick here. He's clearly putting more emphasis or threat on the support weapons here than the armor, which is an interesting decision there by Pilecki. I mean, sure, if you can get rid of some of the support weapons, you could also help with the Spartan, but he still have like 2 Panther 4s to deal with, which is still going to be quite a chance though for Pilecki. But here we are. That said, you can sort of bait me into the situation, might also be able to use this tactical altruistic rocket run, though, of course. Panther 4 taking hits from the field guns. Hey, machine gun open. There you go. We do get the tactical rocket run here. Not the greatest angle there, though it does help that the pathing here gets a bit awkward. Pushes back the tanks, but doesn't do any real damage to them. In fact, his right flank is now in a bit of trouble. He needs to fall back with the field gun. West side has been good progress here for Spartan. Katyusha rocket launcher almost on there for Pilecki, and it. Army, and there you go. Panzerwerfer unleashing hell on the troops on the west. Probably the Conquest about to suffer the wrath here of the Panzerwerfer, and there you go. Rocket screaming through, annihilating the unit. One moment they're there, and then the other one they are basically goulash. Back here, troops reinforcing. Katyusha out there for Pilecki, the BM-13.
We have fallen to 100 points.
100 points left here for Pilecki. He's slowly rebuilding his forces. He's slowly getting back, but it's still pretty tough there. Guards moving up the east side could take out the Pioneers. He gets a small up then. Barton. Betting to the game and the Guards Airborne. The submachine guns tearing through, and there you go. Push for this west here. T-34 has got the Panzer squad there. Oh, the Panzer squad, not Panzer. Was Ostrom also in trouble. Wiped. Barton, in fact, is down to just 1 infantry squad. This is actually a bit dangerous for Barton. He needs to replace those losses fast. Pushing through the center as well. Katyusha actually did no damage there. Wow. That is kind of incredible. Like, he was firing at 2 infantry squads. And again, one of them got wiped. It was actually the T-34 panel doing all the damage there. And the conscripts. Pack 4's like wiped out here. Looks like Barton is somehow fumbling this engagement despite having an advantage. He's going for another Panther 4, which is certainly strong, but bit surprised here. He definitely needs to replace those infantry losses though. Just 1 Panther in his squad is very much insufficient here. Still he's pushing it with the Panzerwerfer. Pioneers backing up more to just continue to hammer away there. Looking to wipe out any of Pilecki's support weapons. We got 10 kills, we got 5 kills on the other one. Both close to eventually 2 there. Another T-34 for Pilecki and the Red Army. Back here, reinforcements going there for Pilecki. Katyusha hanging back. Panzer on the left flank still. What will Barton go for next? Will it be infantry? Mines being laid down to cut the flanks against the maneuvers there from Barton. Very good. Don't think there's anything laid down the victory point though. We got Panzergunners MD42 and the Panzer IV moving up there. We got Pioneers on the west side preparing up. And there you go. T-54 field gun moving in here. I mean, he's rather than advertising where his tank is. That's not necessarily the best one. Unless Barton has got a plan here, but it doesn't seem like he's got a plan for punishing like anyone going for them then. Whoa, that T-54 was incredibly lucky. Both Panzers either failed to hit or penetrate. Constantly in here, pushing back the Pioneers. Panzers forcing back here as well. In the east side, we got the Guards able to find right there by Barton. In the centre, there's a sense of quiet. As in the west, fighting continues to heat up between Barton and Pilecki. For that. Oh, that's a true sector finding out the mortar. It's getting some damage in. Getting in a kill there. Mortar's about to get wiped out. Panzer's pushing on the westwards. And there you go, directed. Barton's mortar crew exterminated. Panzer trying to field. There you go, T-Field moving in as well here. Looking to take out one of Barton's Panzer forces. Well, if we get rid of that, we're pretty good here. Panzer IV blitz his way, but it may be too late. No, it isn't too late, and he just narrowly survives. Will Barton or Pilecki decide this is wholly insufficient? Go for it. There you go, Panzer IV knocked out. Suddenly got hit from side of the field and the T-54 while landing at Panzer, taking out the veteran Panzer IV. Now it's got another one ready, but that's about to get taken out as well here. The engagements are suddenly turning against Barton in a matter of moments as the Oak extends, and again, lacking him support, cannot punish these Oak extended field guns either. Good lord, Pilecki is actually turning this around against Barton now. Barton needs to replenish places into the losses, Barton needs more armor, it's going to be tougher now, while Pilecki still, of course, has momentum. We got 389 versus 78. But Pilecki actually starting to raid Barton's space here there. Looking to get some more wipes in, looking to like further exacerbate the damage being done into Barton and make it hard for Barton to recover and, like, you know, gain control of things again there. Both move here, Pilecki. If it backfires, this could be costly for him, could cost him the match, but if it works out, this could further diminish Barton's chance of maybe turning this around. We got another Panzer IV there for Barton, but still short on infantry. And he's upgraded his remaining infantry squad to Panzerjägers, meaning he has no further way of dealing with Pilecki's infantry like that. Not a fan of that. Machine gun repushing the east here for Barton and the Red Army. Mortar being hammered here by the T-54 Panzer almost down there for Barton. Rocket screaming there. Mortar almost wiped down. Guards able then with 9 kills, Veteran 2. Eastern victory point held up with the MD42. We got 374 versus 28. We got the Panther firing here in return at Pilecki's forces. Panther moving up, shoots and gets a great hit there, killing some Guards airborne in a matter of moments. Second Panther moving up, he opening up as well. T-54 mobilizing there for Pilecki. Barton though remains in a precarious position. Can he turn this around? Oh dear, good risk of running into mines with his Panther force. Looks like he's avoiding them, Getting several kills to the machine gun crew. We got field coming up, T-54 as well. They're on the move here for Pilecki. Katusha there for 6. So there you go, hits one of the mines. Oh dear. Another T-54 there, Panther caught here by the field gun and the T-54s. Troops on the flank here, they're making it harder for Pilecki to push him with the T-54s. Doesn't care, he's going for it. Nope, he backs off. He decides that perhaps it's too much, and engages with the Pioneers in the west. In the centre, got infantry with support moving about here for Barton. And the east here, we got the MD42 continuing to defend the eastern victory point. Consequence of the Pioneers in the pack forward in the centre. The Panzers can push eastward again. They're not great versus Pilecki's infantry. Third T-54 almost done there for Pilecki. Barton can actually soon go for another Panther IV. Of course, you could also start considering Austrians. And you really also should consider infantry. West Point, then we got the Pioneers. Almost got it. We got 360 versus 77. Mortar being used to grab a point here in the east. T-54s, I think, could clear up the MD42. Third T-54 done. 75 points and another Panther IV down. Barton is down just to 1 Panther IV. Whereas Pilecki has 3 tanks, though. Obviously, 2 of them not quite in a tank fighting condition. We got basically again the T-54s from 6. About to get the machine gun wiped out here. And another Panther IV for Barton. Another Panzerkampfwagen. The assault continues here. Fresh T-34 arriving here. Panther's down to half health. Both tanks missing. There you go. He's ramming the Panther 4 with his heavily damaged T-34. Abandoned. Panther 4 gains veterans 1 and survives, but I doubt it'll survive for much longer here versus Pilecki's advanced armored force. There you go. Panther 4 down. And with that, Barton is down to just one Panther 4, which is about to rise. So isn't even there yet, but it is close. Situation is now deteriorating beyond, I think, Barton's control at an increasingly rapid pace. Katyusha firing, hoping to kill some stuff, firing into the basic, killing some medics, but that's nothing serious. Panther 4 punches going in for the T-34 from 6. Trooper moving ahead to support it. Panther 4 with the range of the paratroopers here, killing something up there. And now he's ramming the Panther 4 there with the T-34, gets knocked out by the Panzerjägers. He's could have taken out the Panzerjägers, bringing the guards airborne closer in the NT field. We got 43 with 67. Pilecki's got control most of the map. Barton's forces are being slowly bled dry. It's hard to see what Barton could do now. Like, he needs to obviously again play smartly, but he's lacking the infantry, I think, to do that. We got Pilecki meanwhile just going for more T-34s, and there's still that one he can also recover. So the situation for Barton is looking very grim and not encouraging. T-34 almost done. There you go. Conscript takes a significant hit, almost wiped out. Almost done with the T-34 there. R1 being repaired sturdily. He's sending up into the northeast. There you go. T-34 flanks taking out Barton's remaining Panther 4, and he does not have the resources to call in another one here versus Pilecki. Meanwhile, the remaining units are being murdered. There you go. Barton surrenders. A brutal fight here for victory and conquest on Crossing in the Woods, with the Sperverbande von Saken collapsing under the weight of the 25th Mechanized Corps. Pilecki leading the Red Army here to victory in a brutal series of maneuvers, and Barton there getting punished for lack of infantry support, but also just lack of mines. I think that also not there as Pilecki, but there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I've learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on your telephone, channel family, don't tell enemies. This is BartonPL links and cheers. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.